Hey guys, first of all, if you are here for the first time, then welcome to our channel. I am Nixon Rivera and I make videos related to travel updates. And if you are already a member of our channel, then welcome back. And in today's video, we are going to talk about countries classification by the Filipino government according to the COVID situations in a particular country. Also, we will talk about Americans because many Americans are crying that why the US is not on the green list. Actually, native US citizens are not crying to be on the green list. It is those so-called immigrants who shifted from Philippines to USA who are the one who are feeling powerful and are angry on the Philippines that why Philippines exclude US from the green list. So these are the two topics which we will be discussing in this video. So basically guys, Philippines have three list of countries: red, green and yellow. So the travelers coming from red countries are no longer allowed to travel to the Philippines unless they are a part of repatriation program. And if a traveler is coming from a red list country by a repatriation program, then they will be in quarantine for 10 days with a swab on 7th day of their quarantine guys. And travelers coming from green countries will only have to be in quarantine for 7 days, but they will only be allowed to do a shorter quarantine if they will be coming from a green list country and if they will be fully vaccinated. And about yellow countries guys, yellow countries are the moderate countries where COVID is not so high and not so low, and travelers coming from yellow countries will have to do a 10 days hotel quarantine with a swab on 7th day and then 4 days home quarantine. Alright, I hope this all is clear now. Now let me show you which countries are on the red list and which are on the green list and yellow list guys. So here we are on our computer screen guys, and this news is published by the CNN Philippines, and this was published on 17th of September, which means a few days ago. And one more thing guys, this classification can be changed anytime, and this list is only valid from 18th of September to 30th of September. After that IATF will issue a new list. They may add and remove some countries. Alright, so guys, first let's talk about the countries that are on the red list. So here you can read: passengers coming from Grenada, Papua New Guinea, Serbia and Slovenia are not allowed to enter the Philippines unless they are repatriated. Regardless of their vaccination status, repatriates from countries on the red list need to undergo a 10 days facility based quarantine and get an RT-PCR test on the 7th day. So there are only 4 countries on the red list at the moment, and travelers can't come from these 4 countries to the Philippines unless they are Filipinos and are a part of the repatriation program. Now let's talk about green list countries guys. Which are the countries that are on the green list of Philippines? So here you can read the following nations are on the green list, like American Samoa, Burkina Faso, China. China on the green list again. Actually China is hiding their real COVID cases numbers now. And then we have Comoros in the green list, and then Republic of Congo, then Gabon, Hong Kong, Hungary, Federated States of Micronesia, New Zealand, Niger, Poland, Sabah, and then Taiwan is also in the green list until now. Great. And then there are few more countries on the green list, as you can see, like Algeria, Bhutan, Cook Island, North Korea, Saint Helena, Samoa, Solomon Islands, Sudan, Syria, Tajikistan, Tanzania, Turkmenistan and Yemen and all. So guys, if you are coming from any of these countries and if you are fully vaccinated from any of the vaccines which is approved by the WHO or by the Philippines, then you can avail shorter quarantine of 7 days only. Philippines has approved 10 or 11 vaccines. I have made a video about approved vaccines in the Philippines. You can go to my channel and check that video out. Now at last we are going to talk about the yellow list. So travelers coming from the yellow list countries will simply have to follow the old rule of 10 days quarantine at the hotel with a swab on 7th day and then 4 days home quarantine. Now guys, talking about the which countries are on the yellow list, so we have discussed about the red list and the green list already, and all those countries which are not mentioned in the red and green list falls under the category of the yellow list countries guys. So if your country is not on the green list or in the red list, means your country is on the yellow list. It means you can enter Philippines if you are a Filipino citizen or a spouse with 10 days of quarantine. Alright, and now the main topic of this video, for what many of you are waiting, that why the US is not on the green list guys. So I have a question for those so-called Americans who were not the native Americans and who born in a different country and later they took citizenship of US. So the question is, what do you think of yourself? Do you guys think the US must be on the green list because USA is powerful? Is that the reason US must be in the green list, or US must be on the green list because they have vaccinated a lot of people, or because COVID cases in USA are low? Actually, USA doesn't deserve to be on the green list at this moment, guys. And I'm sure sorry if I'm using bitter words because I'm angry with those immigrants who shifted to USA and got a bit of attitude and strut because they got citizenship of the USA. Native US citizens are good, but the stupid immigrants are always jumping and complaining that the US is not on the green list. You guys just give me one single reason why US must be on the green list. Just give me one single reason, guys. Now I will show you logically why the US is not on the green list and will never be on the green list very soon. So guys, here is the COVID stats of USA, and here you can see the daily new COVID cases. 285,000 new COVID cases in one day, 170,000 cases in one day, and even if you see the average COVID cases in USA na, then it is over 150,000 new cases per day. Alright, here you can see the average new COVID cases in the USA. It is over 150k. Alright, and now let's see the graph of other countries like UK, Canada, India, and especially UAE. Now guys, here is the COVID cases in UK. It is approximately 30,000 new cases per day, which is a lot lower than the USA, right? And UK is still not on the green list. Even COVID cases in UK is lower than the USA. And now let's talk about Canada, and see here COVID cases in Canada are just approx 4 to 5,000 per day, which is a lot lower than other countries, but still Canada is not on the green list, right? Now talking about the India, where COVID cases were high and India was in the red list of Philippines from many months. Here is the COVID statistics of India, and the daily COVID cases like approx 30k per day, which is a lot more lower than the UK and the USA because the population of US is 2x lower than the India. Alright, and COVID cases in India is 4x lower than US, and also UK has a lot higher COVID cases as compared to India if you compare population wise, guys. But still India is not on the green list. It simply means COVID cases in US are so high and they don't deserve to be on the green list. And there are a lot of countries who have lower COVID cases than the USA, and they are still not on the green list, and still they are not complaining, and even US citizens are not complaining. It's the stupid immigrants who shifted to US, and those are the ones who got strut after going to USA, and they are feeling powerful, and that's why they are trying to get the US in the green list. Actually, it's not about power, guys. Even India is as powerful as USA, because if there will be a war between USA and India, then whole earth will be destroyed. So both have equal power, and being more powerful doesn't mean that rules will change for you. And one more thing, that Americans can say that COVID cases in US is high, but vaccination rate in US is also high. So that must be a reason for Philippines to keep the US on the green list, right? So I have a proper answer for that as well. I hate those immigrants who are from small countries and got citizenship in the USA and are thinking themselves so smart. Even Americans don't react so much, but these immigrants are so called newly American citizens react too much. Alright guys, let's talk about the vaccination. So the US has vaccinated 55.2% of their population, which is around 181 million peoples, and maybe that's why US citizens are thinking that they deserve to be in the green list, Lamao. And now I will show you the vaccination status of other countries. Here you can see the UK has vaccinated 66.6% of their population, which is higher than the USA, but still UK is not on the green list, right? Next is Canada, who has vaccinated 70% of their population. Still they are not on the green list at all. And then there is India, who only has vaccinated 14.5% of their population, but the total number of vaccinated peoples in India is approx 200 million, guys, which is higher than the total number of peoples vaccinated in the USA. And the last country is UAE, who is far from each and every country in COVID-19. Like the daily cases in UAE is approx 600 per day only. Can you imagine? UAE only gets 600 daily new cases, but still they are not considering UAE as a green list yet. Even vaccination in the UAE is the highest because they have fully vaccinated 82% of their population already, guys, which is super high than Canada, UK or US, but still UAE is not on the green list of Philippines. So now why do Americans expect that their country must be on the green list? Lol. COVID cases in US are super high, vaccination is not so high, still they expect to be in the green list. Do you guys even have brain? Before the US, UAE, UK, Canada, India must be on the green list, and at last US must be added. And even if I was the president of the Philippines, then I would have kept the USA on the red list instead of a yellow list, because COVID cases in US is super duper high. So don't expect that US will be on the green list anytime soon, because there are a lot of countries who have lower COVID cases than the US and a lot higher vaccination rate than the US, and still they are not on the green list. And the best example of that is UAE, which gets very low COVID cases, and vaccination rate in UAE is touching the skies, but still it is not on the green list. Then why Americans think that the USA must be on the green list, guys? So I hope all your confusion is cleared, that why America is not on the green list and why America is not going to be on the green list anytime soon. And now some Americans will say COVID cases are high, but the situation in US is normal already, and you guys are not even wearing mask. So yeah, I know the situation in the now in the USA, but still COVID cases are high, guys. I didn't found any reason of adding the US in the green list, and instead of USA they must add UAE and Canada to the green list. But I found a reason to push the US into the red list because of the average COVID cases of over 150k, and sometimes US is touching the mark of approx 300,000 new COVID cases per day. And in India the COVID cases is a lot better than the USA, because India gets 30k cases per day, which is lot lower than the US. And population wise also India has very low COVID cases. Even I say India could be on the green list, but not USA. US deserve to be on the red list for now, not on the green or yellow list. So stop crying that US must be on the green list, guys. They don't deserve it, because COVID situation in US at this moment is super high, and they may infect our Filipino brothers. I am sorry if this video hurts you because I used bitter words in this video. I know the reality hurts, guys. Anyway, if you have any comments or suggestions or want to abuse me, then the comment section is open for you. And if you agree about what I said in this video, then subscribe to our channel. There is a lot of better countries than USA in terms of COVID who are not on the green list. Then I can't understand why Americans expect themselves to be on the green list. Anyway guys, thanks for watching and have a good day.